Sheri, given that I'm stumbling across some of these records and haven't heard them for a while, do you think I have too many records?
You get as many records as you want.
All right, 33ers, welcome Sheri, Mrs. Channel 33 back to the show. So you were snooping through the collection.
Yes.
You picked 10 records.
Yes.
How did you pick these 10 records? Just totally random?
Okay, so now I'm trying to remember the records that I picked. I think I really tried to pick records where I did not know the band. I was pretty sure I didn't know the band.
All right, let's check out what you picked. Destruction. This is, a record. This is a record. Welcome to Channel 33. This is a record. In our next lesson, we'll show you what a CD is. I wish I had more to say about this one because I haven't listened to it a ton. These guys were, I guess, a thrash band from when did this record come out? The 80s. So it was thrash heavy metal from the 80s, traditional style heavy metal. But I got this one from a viewer and I listened to it a few times at the beginning because I was unfamiliar with it and I haven't heard it in a long time. Part of the fun about doing these videos is you pull records out sometimes I haven't heard in a while. So when we're done recording this, I'm going to check out the album by Destruction called Infernal Overkill. Okay, Sheri stumped me with that first record. Hopefully the next one I know a little more about. What do we got? Ambush. Ambush. Again, another record I haven't heard in a long time. But these guys are part of the new wave of traditional heavy metal. Basically a modern band with influences dating back to 80s heavy metal. These guys are from Europe somewhere. Anyway, they had some really good stuff. This is in High Roller Records. Oh yeah, Possessed by Evil. That is a good song. Oh, Night of Defilers, Desecrator, oh, South Street Brotherhood. This is great traditional style heavy metal, but it's a new-ish album. This came out in the last 10 years or so, but Sheri reminded me that this is such a great album. I gotta give it another listen.
Okay.
Record number 3. Oh, you're pulling out like really obscure stuff. Really obscure stuff. Bat Fangs. I got this one in the past year or two. And this is one of those ones, I think it was a blind buy. I saw the name Bat Fangs.
That's cool. I like that.
It's a duo. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of indie rock. And again, I just love the name Bat Fangs. And the album is called Queen of My World. Do bats have fangs? I guess they do. In the cartoons they do, right? Don't they have fangs?
I don't know.
I'll have to look it up. Okay, some more obscure stuff. I'm thinking here. What do you got?
I don't even know what the right.
Oh my God, Sheri, you're really giving me a hard time today. This album's called Raw Power. No, the band's called Raw Power. Screams from the Gutter. And again, this is something I acquired like 10 years ago. And I haven't listened to it. It's metal. No, I haven't listened to it in 10 years, I don't think. It's metal. This is horrible artwork. And, this really speaks...
It made me pick it.
Yeah, it did. Jeez. This really speaks to the fact that when our collections get over a certain size, there are records we tend to forget about.
Yeah.
And we put aside as we get new stuff, which is something I've been trying to do less of lately because price of records has gone up lately, so I don't do blind buys.
So you kind of have to enjoy what the stuff that you have in your collection.
Yeah, but I forgot about some of the older stuff. So these records, all of them you've pulled out, I'm going to have to go back and listen to again now. Sheri, given that I'm stumbling across some of these records and haven't heard them for a while, do you think I have too many records?
No, I don't think you have too many records.
Why do you say that?
Because collecting records is what makes you happy. You love doing it, so you get as many records as you want.
So what is too many records?
Too many records is me coming down in the basement to ask if you're okay, and you accidentally tipped over your record shelves and they buried you to death.
That would be too many records.
That's too many records.
T-Rex. Yes, T-Rex. Classic band. This is the Slider. And T-Rex are the ones who originally wrote Bang a Gong.
Yes. So, okay, because I pulled it out and I thought, I know something of this.
T-Rex are awesome. And again, this is another record I have not heard for the longest time. It's a modern day reissue. Anyway, this is a reissue from 2010. Anyway, classic band. Oh, Scorpions! We know the Scorpions.
I do.
Scorpions.
I do. I think they might be one of the only ones that I... Yep. Oh, no, okay, I know the last one.
Okay. Scorpions, obviously, great band. This was their first live album. And this was, I got into the Scorpions around like Love at First Sting and whatnot in the 80s. And I went back and listened to a lot of their older stuff. And this was, I believe, was their first live album. But it had really good songs on here. And their sound changed and evolved a lot over the years. Here's the Scorpions in Japan walking across the street. Oops. And this is some of their older stuff on it. It's got In Trance, which is a great song. Fly to the Rainbow, He's a Woman, She's a Man, Speedy's Coming. And yeah, this is an album, believe it or not, I've just discovered in the past 5 years. And I dig it. Night Demon, yeah. Just classic, traditional 80s inspired artwork. And these guys are really good. What color is that?
It looks orange from here. Yeah,
orange.
It's a bright neon orange.
Yeah, Screams in the Night, Curse of the Damned, a song here called Satan. Definitely not something that would appeal to everyone, but if you're into that kind of classic, slightly cheesy, not completely 100% serious metal, this is an album to listen to and check out. Next up is, drumroll please, oh, Dead Daisies. Yes, this is a good band. It is, it's been described like as a, what word do they use? Like a band with a constantly evolving lineup. But it was started by this guy who is a billionaire from Australia. And I guess his dream was always to be a rock star. He plays guitar. So he teamed up with some of the best musicians out there. And they're putting out a ton of records still. And this record on lead vocals is John Corabi, who briefly replaced Vince Neil in Motley Crue.
Okay.
I just read John's autobiography, which is surprisingly good. This is their live album. They do everything really well, those guys. Even the cover is embossed. Look how nice that is.
Can you feel that?
Yeah.
Even the daisies on the bottom.
A Long Way to Go is a great song. We All Fall Down, Song and a Prayer. I mean, they do a great cover of Fortunate Son by CCR. I can't say enough good stuff about these guys, especially the John Corabi albums.
Channel 33, RPM.
I got a question for you, Sheri. Mm-hmm. Have you been listening to any good music or watched any good television shows or movies lately that you can recommend to the fine viewers of this channel?
Well, I mean, I do most of my TV watching with you because I don't watch a ton on my own, but we just finished Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso. You know what? That's the one I tried watching that show the first time by myself. We did try to watch,
and then you tried watching it with me.
But when myself, I didn't like it. I couldn't get into it. But when you were with me, I forced myself to watch more than an episode or two, and I really got into it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really good. I really liked the fact that it wasn't just like the main character that had an arc. They all had like their issues. They all had their individual issues and how they went together. And I thought that there was a lot of really good humor in there. And
it was really well written. The reason I didn't want to watch it first, I thought it was another sports show, which gets boring after a while. But the characters were all so well written. And in fact, Ted Lasso was probably my least favorite character on the show.
I'd say that he's probably like one of like the least favorites. However, he brought everything together.
Yes.
He had to be a part of the show.
I like the grumpy guy. What was his name?
Oh, Roy Kent.
Roy Kent.
Yeah, he was great. He in real life, when he's actually not on Ted Lasso, he is a comedian.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, just use stand-up.
Yeah, I've actually seen some reels. Facebook has fed me some reels of his. He's pretty funny.
Next record, what we got? We have J.J. Cale. Yes, I got this as a promo record. I got like a bunch of J.J. Cale records as promo items. J.J. Cale is known for writing two of Eric Clapton's biggest songs, After Midnight and Cocaine. other than that, I don't think J.J. Cale is that well known, at least around here, but and he passed away not too long ago as well. He flies under the radar, but yeah, he's a really good performer.
Who would you say he sounds like?
Well, again, like those Eric Clapton songs, he wrote them. So if you like Eric Clapton, you'd probably like J.J. Cale.
Maybe we could put it on then, because I do like Eric Clapton.
All right, let's check it out. Last record, what is it? Oh, yeah. Why'd you pick that one?
I like David Bowie.
This is a record I was hunting for the longest time. And I've been happier, not happier, but I guess I was looking for an original pressing, but I ended up finding this new reissue. I found this at that record store in Steinbach. Modern reissue, half-speed master, and one of David Bowie's most classic albums, if not maybe his most classic album. Anyway, this is a really good sounding pressing of it. I like the way in the back it says to be played at maximum volume.
Nice.
And you really challenged me with today's records, and you made me realize I got a bunch of old stuff I got to go back and listen to. And it's important because with the rising cost of records, we talk about this in the channel. A lot of people aren't buying as many records as they used to, and this is a great opportunity to go back into your collection and listen to this kind of stuff that you haven't heard in a while. So anyone watching, I challenge you to go back, listen to records you haven't heard in a while, or maybe get your spouse or friend to pull random records out of your shelves for you to check out.
All right, 33ers, let me know what you thought of the records that I picked out. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep on spitting.